Hello there, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at some of the debate between Professor Dave, or Dave Farina, and Austin Witsit from Witsit Gets It. There was a flat earth debate yesterday on the Quartering channel, and already it's just a day later and it's been viewed 63,000 plus times. And just taking a quick look through the comments here, you can come to your own conclusions about how Dave performed. Dave identifies himself as a professor. Dave is the absolute worst. Dave makes me want to believe the earth is flat. Cheerleading is not moderating. Dave is insufferable. Dave is wrong. Dave's a douche in every debate. And so it goes on and on. Not a lot of fondness for Dave's attitude here. And I have to agree. To be honest, I'm kind of getting tired of watching Austin Witsit come in and sit down in good faith opposite people that are intellectually incapable of having an honest discussion with him, and actually maybe challenging Austin on some of what he brings to the table. It hasn't happened yet, and certainly Dave Farina is not one to take that job on with any integrity. Before we take a look at the video, let's start here. There's been a recent long-distance line-of-sight observation made. It's this one here, 483.5 kilometers Andes from the Cordoba area. And so we've got the specifications here. Of course, Dave's going to tell you that this is all lies, but first let's take a look at the people involved in this observation. There were two observations made. The first is on May 4th of 2023, and then the second observation is in June of 2023. So this one got the world record. This is just about a year ago now. Okay, so we'll look at that observation in a second, but first let's see who's involved. I am Roberto Antezana, an astrophotographer and technical astronomer at the University of Chile, and also Gabriela Vollmer, a landscape and nature photographer. The photographs were taken at the summit of Cerro Champaqui, I don't know if I got that right, on Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, 1845 Argentina time, in the province of Cordoba. Okay, so those are the people involved, and you can read more here. I'm going to, of course, link you up in the description so you can take a look at these technical specs that are provided right at the top of the article. So when we take the numbers, let's head over to the Earth curve calculator. The height of the observation was at 2,770 meters. They were looking across a range of 483 kilometers. And so the hidden height of the target was 6,831 meters. So head over to the calculator and subtract the height of the pinnacle, which was, in this case, so our peak is at an elevation of 5,441 meters. Going back to our Earth curve calculator here, we can see, so basically that would put our peak down here. Okay, so the observer looks out across the Earth. The Earth begins to obstruct what can be seen at this point, which we call the horizon. And so the height of our hidden peak is down below that horizon by about 3/4 of a mile. And those are the geometric facts of this observation. Of course, we have to give due consideration to the effects of atmosphere on this observation. I'm also going to link to an article that includes some detailed specifics on the weather conditions on this particular day. But at the end of the day, we're talking about, once again, about 3/4 of a mile of visible reality that should be hidden behind the physical mass of the Earth. Now, globe advocates are required to believe that over long or short-range observations, special principles come into play to consistently present the illusion that the Earth is established on a flat plane, whereas in reality, there is curvature. It's just that that curvature cannot be detected and is not directly measurable. You can hold that position if you like. doesn't quite work for me. All right, let's get into the debate here.
Why don't I give Dave and Austin both blocks of time? Dave, defend your position. I'll give you 5 minutes enough, you think?
No, we don't need to. I mean, longer chunks of time are just time for word salads, right? We need to actually.
All right, defend that the Earth is a globe, and then when you're done, I'll pass it to Austin and let him defend that.
Well, I mean,
right?
look,
That's what you're asking for, Austin, right? So I'm gonna do that.
I want him to rebut the specific falsification of the globe, where we see things from hundreds of miles away that should be obstructed by literal miles of vertical curvature, including silhouettes.
Pick one thing. Pick one thing like that. Okay, so that is the question.
Okay, the question is, why do we see too far? And the answer is, we don't. Sorry, they're all lies. Every time you do a picture like that, you're lying about the distance, you're lying about the elevation, right? The altitude from which the picture is taken. You're just lying, right? All of these things.
What is the picture you're talking about? Is this a picture where it's like, oh, here's a mountain that's
they just take pictures and like, look at this thing that's so far away, we shouldn't be able to see it. Or like, here's the Chicago skyline from across the lake, well, we shouldn't be able to see it. They're just always lying. They're just lying about the distance. They're lying about various.
Bro, those were everyone I showed was from a professional photography website that has nothing to do with flat Earth, with all of the information listed. Austin, your model doesn't claim that the distances are wrong. That isn't your model's answer.
No, you guys just lie. You guys just lie. That's all it is. You just lie about how far away things are and how high.
It's a professional photography website. It has nothing to do with flat Earth.
Well, can you share one so people can see what you guys are talking about?
Okay, so Dave's first point, everybody is a liar. Roberto Antezana and Gabriela Vollmer, liars, okay? Forget all the data on their page here. They're just out to lie and deceive, even though one of these people is in fact an astronomer. And here's another page that I mentioned that documents this observation and goes into some good detailed specifics on the weather conditions on the day. All just lies, according to Dave. This is the Guinness Book of Records documenting the longest line of sight that Witsit is talking about, the Pic de Finistrel observation from July 2016. The Guinness Book of Records are just lying to you. And then this is the website that Austin is referring to. It's called Beyond Range or Beyond Horizons. And if you go through this website, you'll see a lot of observations, but don't spend too long on it because Dave thinks everybody on this website is a liar. The link is in the description below.
Yeah, sure. Anyone you want, as long as Dave agrees that it looks good. Share one that you think, Austin, that you think. I'm trying to, share one that you think supports your position, and then Dave can debunk the photo, or he can share his criticisms of the photo. And while he's looking that up, I want to give everyone a chance, let you know. I'm joined here by two creators, two commentators, both Witsit Gets It Done on YouTube, linked in the description. It's at YouTube at Witsit, and as well as Professor Dave. Also enjoyed your Terrence Howard video because I think he actually is legitimately insane, but that I don't know. But the
expected virality on that one,
yeah, that was all right. Yeah, but both guys create content. One of the people in this room are banned from Twitter. I don't want to name names, but the otherwise you can find them on Twitter or Dave, is there somewhere else where you want people to look for your stuff other than YouTube? Okay,
YouTube.
One of these guys in the room is also propped up by all the algorithms.
All right, all right.
I make popular content, man. I make popular content because it's funny.
Wait. You're prioritized by the algorithm.
No, I'm things that people like to watch are prioritized by the algorithm.
If I Google Witsit Gets It, you come up.
So few people are stupid enough to fall for a flat Earth, so nobody watches you guys.
Dave, listen.
Interesting.
If I YouTube Witsit Gets It geocentrism, a literal stream I did, you pop up. Can you explain to me why you're popping up when I search for me? Okay, let's not play games.
Let's try it.
Okay, again, so it's the day after the debate, and I've searched Witsit Gets It geocentrism here on YouTube. At least the top listing is the actual debate between Dave and Austin. Let's scroll down for the previous results. Nothing here from Austin. Again, Professor Dave and Dave Weiss, nothing to do with Austin, although we do have this great heliocentrism debate. It's a recent debate with Laura Lodge featuring Austin, some relevance to that, but nothing here really relevant to the search term. I'm going to link to the actual video that Austin was referring to. This one, geocentrism. It's just called geocentrism. The channel is Witsit Gets It. You think YouTube would be able to figure out how to put that information together for you. But this is about a year ago, so a lot of videos have come and gone since then on Austin's channel. But YouTube, you know, they used to be able to search for, you used to be able to search for things on YouTube. It's just not the same anymore. A little while ago, I mentioned in a video the 10 challenges for flat earthers. I just typed that into the search engine now, and the very first result here, 7.4 million views for Professor Dave. And as we scroll down, Professor Dave explains is second. Again, he's third in the listing, he's fourth in the listing, fifth in the listing. All of these are Professor Dave Explains videos, and the rest of them are anti-flat earth videos. Professor Dave Explains still coming up. Now, what we're not seeing on this page is the fact that those challenges were answered in great detail by a channel I mentioned recently called Don't Sphere the Truth. Let's take a look here. Why aren't any of his videos 10 challenges for flat earthers? This is parts 9 and 10, 7 to 8, part 6, part 5, part 4. These were all answered in detail. Look, 2 hours and 12 minutes, 58 minutes, hour and 27 minutes. He took the time to go through all of these. Yet YouTube doesn't show a single one of them in their listings. Only anti-flat earth nonsense. Again, that's just censorship. It's not arguable. It's what it is. By the way, if you'd like to get your hands efficiently on the Don't Sphere the Truth videos I just showed you, if you go to postgalactic.net, you can download this PDF right here on the front page, from the front page, and then I've compiled everything for you for easy access and easy watching to try and help YouTube and Google do their job, which obviously is perhaps what they are doing, which is to bury subjects they disagree with.
YouTube admitted in Congress they deprioritize flat earth content because it's misinformation. So what?
Yeah, I don't get it. I got, if the Earth is flat, what's under it? Shorts.
Yeah,
solar system from Earth's perspective.
Of course, because it's heavily censored. It doesn't mean it's true, but we don't have to play this game that like you're not propped up.
It just recommends popular content, but I make very good, informative, educational content.
Look at that. What do you? Wait, go down. What do you have to do with Witsit Gets to Geocentrism? What does your video have to do with it? You just proved my point live for the whole entire audience.
Maybe I put the keyword geocentrism in there. I don't even remember what my keywords are.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You don't know what my keywords are.
I know for a fact you did it. So anyway,
you have access to my YouTube.
Because I've tested this because you're the #1 propped up anti-flat Earth. Dude, they admitted in Congress that they consider it misinformation, so they deprioritize it and they prioritize the information correcting the misinformation. That would be you, according to them. So they prioritize you. If you look up anything flat Earth related, you get Professor Dave.
In terms of conspiracy theory content generally, our goal is to promote authoritative content to our users. So we have 2 principles that guide the way here. That's the first one, is we want to provide users with authoritative, trustworthy information.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I only have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by demoting low-quality content and promoting more authoritative content, and the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the Earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, we all know that content blows the rest of your content out. That's why you got so many tens of millions of views.
Look, I have 1,500 tutorials. Do we really want to talk about my education?
No, bro, I'm not even. Good luck, brother. I'm not hating on your success. I'm just pointing out.
No, you definitely.
I'm literally not, dude. If you make $400 million, I don't care. I wish you would. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm just pointing out, bro. I'm just pointing out.
Awesome.
The objective fact that it's C-part.
Awesome. I love you, but hold on. Now, here's a picture that Austin shared. Nobody denies that this picture exists. Austin, what do you say this is showing? Now, remember, I keep bringing it back because people who are watching aren't as balls deep as you guys both are in the topic. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So this is just a picture to me. What does this show?
Okay. So this was the world record at the time. It's been beaten now for the longest line of sight photograph ever taken. This is a mountain called Pic Gaspard. Okay. And it was, so now on a globe, if I look out, the earth should be curving and blocking things in the distance, similar to how I can't look around a corner, right? Like if I look, it's like looking at a hill. So if based on your height,
taken at 12,000 feet though, right?
Correct. Right. So what you do is you pull up Earth Curve Calculator, you put the observer height in, and then it'll tell you where the horizon will be, and it'll tell you how much of the target hidden height there is. So this is from the Earth Curve Calculator, official calculator. And if you look at it, the observer was 9,000 feet up. The target hidden height, meaning how much Earth curvature should be there, is 16,000 feet. And the top of the tallest part of the mountain is only 12,000 feet. That means the top of that mountain should be 4,000 feet below Earth curvature.
Okay. And then Dave, what do you say to that?
Two things. One, I cannot verify any of those numbers. Those could absolutely be fabricated by you. And number two, we're not doing any of the math. So those are two things that are not being verified. So instead, let's talk about something purely conceptual and intuitive. Why can we see farther with elevation?
You're on the screen. Be careful.
What happened?
I know.
Okay. I was just saying,
this guy's just denying basic math.
I put my own home address on when I didn't realize it. So I was just telling
I get you. Good look.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me finish the thing I was saying.
Go ahead. Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
So we can't verify any of these numbers. So instead, let's just talk about something very simple and intuitive. If we are looking at something at the horizon, if we go up in elevation, we can see farther. That is not intuitive on a flat Earth because that actually increases the distance to the horizon, right? If you're going up, now there's an additional distance, right? If you get a hypotenuse, that's always going to be longer than the leg there. So why can we see further with higher elevation? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, that's insanely incorrect. So you change your angle of view.
Correct. Okay, so just address the point, right?
I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Within 7 seconds.
Austin,
he made a claim
you're
that
here
it doesn't make any sense.
If you go up, this is even farther now, right? If you're here and you're looking at something here and you go up in elevation, that thing is now further away from you. So why can you see further with additional elevation?
Because you're increasing your angle of view.
Increasing
your
angle
didn't know that?
You can see how can you see a further distance? We're not talking about an angle, a further distance. How can you see?
Because now you're changing your angle of view, so you're increasing your angular resolution and the things that you can pick up in the distance. Also, the ground ramps up due to perspective. Dude, just imagine, just think about it simply. If I was on a flat floor and I laid my head down on the floor, as I start to stand up, I'm going to be able to see further along the floor because my angle of view increases. This is again not exclusive to a globe Earth. And you deflected away from the observation that refutes the globe again.
Because I can't verify any of these numbers or the math. They're just lying about them.
Okay, so if the numbers are correct, then you concede it refutes the globe?
Probably not. No.
Okay, then answer it as if the answer, because these are not my numbers.
Okay, I don't know that.
Everyone at home's gonna be able to go look it up. It's a official professional photography website.
I want to let you guys both know. At the start of the show, I did a poll. Just so it's with about 3,000 votes, it's 65% Globe Gang, 35% Flat Friend, which I thought I'm going to run it again at the end because I thought this would be fun and a fun experience.
Well, nobody's going to change their mind here.
Well, you're probably true. So you've watched online debates before, Dave. So the
yeah. Well, no, not really. He brings his flat Earth, people, and I mean they impervious to facts and logic, so they're not going to change.
Says the guy that says ducking a picture.
Yeah, I'm ducking a picture because it's a picture, right? I'm talking about very simple physical concepts, right? I'm talking about observations that we can all agree on, like the observation of the celestial sphere rotating counterclockwise versus clockwise, that you cannot explain, that only makes sense on a spherical Earth that we used in ancient times to prove that the Earth is a sphere. That's why sphere is the default position that you're trying to undermine by talking
hey,
about
real fast, can we show some intellectual honesty? I understand that you don't know these numbers, and fair enough. Okay,
fair.
you should want to verify them. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I'm asking you in good faith, if the numbers were correct, which they are, what would be your response?
You could say if the numbers were correct.
Yeah, it's an intellectually honest question, and it's actually disingenuous to avoid addressing the evidence just with the cop out that I can't verify the numbers right now.
It's actually really not, because when you have an entire model that is all interconnected and all observable phenomena are explained by that model, one singular datum, like one photo, is not going to be powerful enough to undermine an entire model. If the numbers were true and if the math wasn't fudged, then I would say, okay, there's probably some kind of atmospheric effect or some kind of thing that I am not aware of that is making us see a little bit further. Maybe it's something that particular day. There's a particular humidity, or it's clearly over water. That's going to increase the atmospheric refractive effects. None of these observations are ever done over land. I think that's why. Same with the skyline of Chicago. They're always done over water for you guys. So there's something clearly, just one singular explanation that is missing. And that's why one datum is not going to undermine an entire model that explains every single thing about the world that we live in, from everything we see in the night sky to geological phenomena to just absolutely everything in our world, right?
So hand wave dismissal, red herring fallacies, appeal to possibilities. That's your rebuttal. Okay, we can move on.
Fallacy, name a fallacy.
Let's move on.
Do you know that fallacies are important, Dave?
Now, I know that you guys name random fallacies to pretend that you've won something when you didn't. That's
you literally appealed to possibilities. You said there's probably something that could possibly be happening. You literally did a textbook appeal to possibility. It's all good.
You're pretending that one observation is worth more than thousands upon thousands of observations every single day.
I showed 10. It doesn't matter. You're just affirming the consequent and reifying your model by saying it explains everything. What about the micro?
We see too far.
What about the long distance radio waves? What about when we shoot radio waves line of sight?
That's thousands of sporadic E propagation. It bounces off a layer of the atmosphere.
Okay, that's called skywave propagation.
Okay, hold on.
All right, I think we can pretty much leave it right about there for now. I want to remind you that all of the links that are relevant are in the description. I also put a couple of extra links in, things like Rob Skiba crossing Lake Michigan and basically proving, as he did, that we were not seeing a mirage when Chicago could be seen from the far side of Lake Michigan. So I just thought I'd drop that in there since it was one of the things that Professor Dave mentioned earlier on in the debate. So before we go, let's check back in with Jeremy and see how the poll finishes up.
But I'll tell you what, the poll currently sits at, with 1,000 votes, 61% of people have been converted to the flat earth.
Thank you, Professor Dave.
61% of people in the YouTube poll have been converted to flat earth, when it was like 65-35 in favor of sphere earth earlier.
Yeah, we need more of these debates. Less censorship from YouTube and more of these debates. And let the truth shine. That's why you have to quash down the truth, by the way. And that's why censorship is necessary around this topic. Have yourself a good day, and thanks for watching.